Climate change and the effects it is having on cities is a heavily discussed topic in today's society. Climate change is defined as a change in global or regional climate patterns. In my Critical Issues and Human Inquiry on Urban Planning and Ethical Decisions class, we were taught to look at different cities and recognize the different decisions society makes and how they have an impact on cities. Today I'm going to take such a broad topic and focus on how climate change affects cities and how we as a society need to use the Jesuit value of forming and educating agents of change to make the ethical decisions and educate those around us of the harm and destruction climate change has on cities. Research conducted by Michael Oppenheimer presented that over the past 150 years, the Earth has exhibited a warming trend, as shown in the graph. This graph shows that the Earth has warmed over 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit since the late 19th century as a result of increased emission of CO2 and greenhouse gases. This continued warming and its consequences are inevitable unless the emission of CO2 gas and other greenhouse gases are addressed and brought under control. These warming trends are causing for sea levels to rise at an accelerated rate. In Elena Perez Alvaro's research on climate change and its impacts and challenges, she stated that if water levels were to rise even further by 3, 4, or 5 meters in centuries to come, we will have to give up some of our cities. She also presented photos generated by Climate Change Central. These photos show various possibilities for cities in the future. As you can see in the photos, there are serious repercussions for what we are doing to our planet. The scenarios present in the photos are just a small glimpse of what is to come, which can pose as a serious threat to many living in the areas, as well as bring up the question, what can be done to change the behaviors of the Commonwealth, as well as how can we as a society enforce the value of critical thought and responsible action on such a detrimental issue. So what is being done and what can be done to stop the rapid destruction of our Earth and the effects it is going to have on cities and the people living in the area? This is where the Jesuit value, forming and educating agents of change, comes into play. This value is teaching behaviors that reflect critical thought and responsible action on moral ethical issues. We as a society need to make a change, spreading awareness and taking action if the Commonwealth is educated on the negative impacts of their actions on the environment and taught to take into account the harm they are causing, we will live in a much more sustainable world.